Okay, my name is Mrs. Ming. I'm the college and career coach, and I have been here for almost 2 years. Best replacement for me as a teacher is probably going to be Emory Jones. Hot take, I think Sean Mwango has grown the most. He's really pushed hard this year to achieve some of his academic goals, and I just have really appreciated his strength and his resilience. Anyway, so Sean. This class is most likely to find a loophole to get what they want. You wouldn't have to really pay me money, because one thing I love about this class is you guys are very responsible, like silly, but responsible. I trust you all. So it wouldn't be that you have to pay me a minimum. My only condition is we have to fly. Okay, there's a couple things that I think this class could work on. I think holding their tongue. I think another one of those is like self-awareness and self-confidence. And not like in a negative way, but I think those two things have hindered some of the relationships and relationship building in this class. I pray that you all make millions and millions of dollars and not forget Miss Mink. Just kidding.
I pray that too.
I really pray that you'd follow the peace of God wherever you go. I know the Lord has so much in store for you, and so much that is going to be the exceedingly and abundant, more than you could ever think, dream, or imagine. And so I pray that you won't compromise God's peace for comfortability, that you won't compromise God's peace for stability, and that you would really be able to chase after the God dreams that He has for you.
I'm Mrs. Gilson. I teach English, and I have taught the seniors since they were sophomores. Luke Kahn, because he has started to show an interest in reading more classic literature, and I think he would do a really thorough job of teaching English. Okay. Luke Chance, because he's gotten a lot more self-disciplined than he was as a sophomore. I can really see that he's more organized and putting in a lot more effort now. Most likely to have something really good on their playlist. You guys have great taste in music. I vary a variety of music, and I enjoy all of your musical recommendations. Whatever it is, you guys can't afford it. It's a lot. So they might remember this, but when I first met AJ and Joelle, they told me that they were brothers. And for whatever reason, that stuck in my head. And then for the rest of y'all's sophomore year, I got their names confused. Like I would call them by the wrong name. I pray that the Lord will guide and direct each of you, keep His hand upon you, that He will give you courage and wisdom and strength and the joy of the Lord in all circumstances. And that as you go forward into your future, that you will make an impact for His kingdom.
My name is Mr. Perot. I've been here at Bethesda for 4 years. I teach New Testament literature. I teach sophomore Bible, teach several Bible classes, including this senior class since they were freshmen, and living on mission 1 and 2. The seniors from freshman year to now, I would say the student who's grown the most is Luke Kahn. That'd be my pick. Okay, so one story. Now, first off, what comes to my mind first off, I think they remember, is the missing zucchini incident. But since that's probably well remembered, I'll go back all the way. I believe this was freshman year when Mrs. Biondolillo had her first Cherish conference, and I gave extra credit to my Bible classes for any girls who attended. Well, I had to make something equivalent for the boys, so I did a men's conference that met every day during lunch of the week of Cherish conference. The only difference being is that I said we didn't have the awesome merch that Cherish has. So the boys who went to my men's conference designed their very own t-shirts, which was very epic. It was a very memorable time for sure. How much you have to pay me would be however much money it took for the seniors to buy the Win for Spirit Week away from the sophomores. I know that was a lot of money, so that's how much I would need. I would say is that they are resilient. I think they've gone through a lot of changes. So I'm not sure how that fits into most likely to, but I think they've seen a lot of changes. I think maybe most likely to withstand change and weather that well. Well, one thing that I would wish the senior class would work on is their sense of gratitude and not complaining. We will definitely miss all of the sighs and the groans after being asked to do just about anything. I think a prayer for the senior class, especially with the different colleges and universities that you're going to and or the military you're going into, would to be to make sure you get connected with a local church wherever you're going. Make that the priority the first month. So that's my prayer. You get connected to church community, whatever state or town you're going to.
I'm Summer Nelson, and I teach electives for high school this year. I would pick AJ because I think I trust him enough to actually get the job done, to actually do things. I think he's dependable enough, but I would also really thoroughly enjoy just a little bit of him getting some of the grief that a teacher would get from all of the things from the year. I think just being present, being here. It's hard when you're a senior and you're ready to check out and be done. And I really would have liked to have seen a little bit more of you guys just creating opportunities for a little more growth here. Joelle and Landon, with the help of Miss Gilson, trying to scare me, and they started off trying to jump out of a box. But a few weeks later, Joelle actually fit behind a bookshelf like this wide, like I was standing right next to it, and he jumped out and he scared me, and I nearly just knocked his teeth out. But he scared me good. Most likely to make me laugh. You guys are hilarious.
Yes.
Buckets of fun. No way. No money. I'm not doing it. Pray that you guys would always continue to prioritize your pursuit of the Lord in everything in every season that comes your way. Life changes quickly, and my prayer is that you guys would trust the Lord enough to know that He's faithful in every season, in every big decision that you have coming your way.
Oh, my name is Mrs. Bryant, and I've taught here. This is my 7th year at BCS, and I first taught your class in 8th grade, pre-algebra. Oh, that's easy. I would pick Natalie Hawkins. Yes. Because I think you're authoritative and people would listen to you because you're kind of a take charge person. And I think also that you would prepare and make sure that you were ready to teach each and every lesson. And also you have some mathematical acuity, so that really helps when you're teaching math. But I would say Emery Jones is somebody who seemed very shy and quiet and just now seems to be taking more of a leadership role in things. So I think that's been nice to see. And also I've been able to follow Emery because she is a flautist. So she played flute with my daughter, so I've heard her grow in that area over the years too. So just that confidence in herself and knowing that she can be heard has been pretty fun to watch. Well, I always just want you to just apply yourself and realize that whatever class you're in or whatever skill you want to learn, you just have to devote your time to learn it. There's really no shortcuts. Because when I taught your 8th grade class, there were 18 of you in there, and there was never, I can't even remember anybody being a behavior issue. And that was 8th grade, and 8th graders sometimes can be wacky. You wouldn't have to pay me anything, but I would like a lot of candy just to enjoy myself eating. You wouldn't have to pay me. Yeah, I remember that you named our trash can Gerald, right? Was that you?
That was me.
Yes. And so for about 4 years, my trash can was always named Gerald. I would say to seek God, to follow hard after Him, try to seek a relationship with Him.
My name is Kathy Norris. I teach chemistry and anatomy and physiology,
And I've known these seniors since they were freshmen in my biology class. Well, that is kind of a no-brainer. It has to be somebody that is very detail-oriented, and Gail Sheehan fits the bill. She's in my anatomy and physiology class this year, and she is on it like duck on a June bug. Ian Guess is my vote for having grown the most. He was a very reserved young man when he came in as a ninth grader, and watching him in plays that he has done and on stage for various other activities, he has really come out of himself, and I'm proud of him for that. I remember meeting Luke Chance for the first time, and very personable young man. But I don't know that he would remember that meeting at all. Yeah, there's not enough money in the debt of the United States to pay me for that. That would be a whole lot of fun, but it's not by myself. Nah, not so much. They'd probably put me in the lake and leave me to drown. I wish you had been more inclusive with each other. I wish that you had. It's hard to force people to get together when they don't feel comfortable with each other, but I wish as a class you would have tried to do that more. I hope God shows them the best for them, that they take him up on his offers, that they don't discount his guidance.
Mr. Caleb Barrett, I am a Bible teacher here at Bethesda, and I've known the seniors for 3 years since I've been here, but more specifically last year and this year where I've taught more of them. To take over my classes, probably Gail or Jossie. Partially they're very engaged in a lot of the discussion, but there's also an understanding of some of the topics that I think everybody has, but that they display more specifically. Over this year, at least, I would say Luke Kahn, because at the beginning of the year, he was doing the work that was required, but by the end, he's pushing back in a respectful way because he wants to understand what's going on. He wants to know why people think this, why do we come to that conclusion, why would we go about it this way. So at least from a Bible perspective this year, I'd say Luke. Fully engaging when we do things like journaling and prayer and Lectio Divina, because it's not just an exercise to get through, but something that is there purposely to more engage with the word directly instead of just learning facts about it. I don't have something specific, but just a lot of joking and giving each other a hard time in a respectful way. In the hallways, in class, during lunch, different things like that. Most likely to find a loophole.
That's what Miss Ming said.
Well, I think it might be true then. So the prayer that I have for your class as a whole is that each of you find your individual place in God's kingdom, your individual calls and what that looks like, even if it's not what you think it is now, but that you trust yourselves where you're strong, you lean on people where you're weak, and you remember that there's people there to be leaned on and that are there to love you and pray for you and comfort you in difficult times, and that there's just people constantly praying for you.
My name is Amber Geary. I have been at Bethesda for about 2 decades in different capacities. Currently, I'm serving as principal of schools for preschool through 12th grade. I think it would have to be Jossie Lutheman. She is very organized. She has a high capacity to juggle a lot of things, but she's also caring, she's compassionate, and professional. It's been great to see Raquel Camacho grow in her skill set and in her devotion to her academics and the sports that she's been involved in. I think that what I would recommend or would want to see is just continued growth and development and just encouraging one another and being proud of each other and your different accomplishments, and knowing that even though you're all different, God's knitted you together for this season of time for a reason, and just to have value in that. I would probably have to say there's some stories, if I clicked back hard enough, with Natalie and Elena, because we were all together in Mother's Day Out, early preschool world. We were a tight-knit little group, and I remember you both as little bitty girls coming to school being so excited. I remember y'all's volume was always loud. You were excited about everything, and you just loved your class, you loved your friends. I just remember you being very happy, sweet little girls, excited about all things. And that hasn't changed. You're both excited, loving, sweet people. Most likely to be late, but enter with a presence. You know, you're gonna bring it, but you might be late. To know that your identity is in Christ and He has a plan for you. You'll step into all sorts of scenarios where your identity may be challenged in your place of work, in your pursuit of careers, as you figure out those things, family dynamics, but your identity is in Christ.